Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. With Marc Márquez now alongside Francesco Bagnaia in Ducati's factory team, questions have been raised about potential tension, especially with Valentino Rossi's historic rivalry with Marquez and his mentorship of Bagnaia. However, Ducati's team manager, Davide Tardozzi, has firmly denied that Rossi's influence will have any impact on team dynamics, assuring that Bagnaia is fully capable of handling his own affairs. The final preseason MotoGP test in Buriram has left rivals wary of Ducati's strength heading into the 2025 season. Marc Márquez topped the timesheets and completed a race simulation at a blistering pace, one that was faster than the existing race lap record. Jack Miller, now riding for Pramac Yamaha, believes Ducati is holding back even more performance, which he describes as scary for the competition. Yamaha is determined to claw its way back to the front of MotoGP, but team bosses admit there's no magic solution. After a tough 2024 season, the Japanese manufacturer is prioritizing a step-by-step approach, first closing the gap to KTM and Aprilia before challenging Ducati. With the added benefit of MotoGP concessions, Yamaha hopes continuous development will bring them back into podium contention. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Given that Bagnaia is a product of Rossi's VR46 Academy, some have speculated that the 9-time world champion could have an indirect influence on his mindset and relationship with Marquez. However, Tardozzi dismissed these concerns, emphasizing that Bagnaia has always been independent in his thinking and decision-making. Pecco has his own opinions and doesn't just follow what others say, Tardozzi said. According to Tardozzi, while Bagnaia respects Rossi's experience and advice, he is not the type of rider to be swayed by external voices when it comes to competition. He has his own vision, his own approach, and his own way of handling situations, making it clear that Ducati's factory team is not at risk of being caught in any outside drama. Marquez's arrival at Ducati has naturally drawn massive media and sponsor attention, which could have created a tricky dynamic within the team. However, Ducati insists that Bagnaia is unbothered by the spotlight on his new teammate. Marc would get media attention no matter where he went. Tardozzi pointed out that Marquez's reputation and achievements make him a global icon in MotoGP, meaning the media frenzy around him was inevitable. But he reassured that Bagnaia, as a 2-time world champion, is fully secure in his position and understands the situation well. Pecco knows exactly where he stands at Ducati, and Marc's presence won't change that. The team remains confident that Bagnaia is focused on his own goals and will not be distracted by the attention surrounding his new teammate. Despite concerns that two elite riders might struggle to coexist in the same garage, Ducati believes that Bagnaia and Marquez have the potential to form a highly competitive pairing. One of the key takeaways from their first test session together in Barcelona was how aligned their technical feedback was, despite their different riding styles. Their feedback to the engineers was surprisingly similar. Ducati has observed that while Bagnaia and Marquez may have their own unique approaches, they both excel in key areas such as braking and corner entry. This shared strength could be crucial in helping the team further develop the Desmosedici and maintain its dominance in MotoGP. With 3 consecutive world championships under their belt, Ducati enters the 2025 season as the team to beat. However, Tardozzi remains cautious, acknowledging that other manufacturers and riders have made significant progress over the winter. We respect all our rivals, and this season will be a new challenge. Even with their strong lineup, Ducati is aware that the competition is fiercer than ever. Riders who previously rode for Ducati's satellite teams have now moved to factory teams with more resources, which could make them even stronger contenders this season. While the rivalry between Bagnaia and Marquez is expected to be one of the biggest storylines of the season, Ducati remains confident that both riders can work together without outside distractions. As the 2025 MotoGP season approaches, the true test will be whether they can turn their shared strengths into an advantage, or if their individual ambitions will create tension within the team. Ducati was already dominant in 2024, winning 19 out of 20 races and sweeping all championship titles. Now, with Marquez joining Francesco Bagnaia, they field what many consider to be their strongest ever factory lineup. Marquez's performance in Buriram has sent a clear warning to the grid. Despite using a 2024 spec engine, chassis, and aero package, the Spaniard was the fastest across the two-day test and put in a long run at a pace far beyond what rivals expected. Jack Miller, speaking on MotoGP after the flag, shared his concerns about Ducati's potential. The red team's going to be hard to beat at this point. With Marc and Pecco, you've got two extremely strong championship contenders. Both of them have won many titles and look really strong on the bike. What's even more concerning for Ducati's rivals is that, according to Miller, they might not have unleashed their full potential yet. I don't know what's going on in their camp, but they haven't shown us everything yet, and that's scary because they're already so quick. Ducati's strategy in preseason testing is often to keep their cards close to their chest, so the fact that Marquez has already set a pace that worries competitors could be a sign of even greater dominance to come. While Miller remains cautious about Ducati's strength, he is confident about his own adaptation to the Yamaha M1. After switching from KTM, the Australian has had a positive start with his new team and is feeling comfortable heading into the season opener. Really satisfied, honestly. I feel comfortable, bike's working well. We've tested it in different configurations and found what works for us. Miller believes that Yamaha has made progress, especially in race conditions, and sees potential for improvement as the season progresses. We still have areas to work on to fight at the front, but we're on the right path. For racing, we have a fantastic bike. My sprint run pace was good, and the bike handled the hot temperatures well. The team has done a great job adapting to Yamaha. Despite the challenge of switching manufacturers, Miller remains optimistic and eager to see how Yamaha performs once the season gets underway. With the 2025 MotoGP season just around the corner, Ducati already looks like the team to beat, and Marc Márquez's early pace has raised eyebrows across the paddock. But while some feared Ducati's dominance, others, like Jack Miller, are focused on closing the gap. The first race in Thailand will be the true test. Will anyone be able to match Marquez and Bagnaia? Yamaha, along with Honda, has been stuck in the lowest concession ranking, meaning they receive extra technical freedoms to accelerate development. But while these benefits are helpful, Yamaha's ultimate goal is to improve fast enough to lose them. Yamaha Technical Director Max Bartolini. It's nice to have concessions, but we want to be fast as soon as possible. Hopefully, we won't need them for long. After a winless 2024 season, the priority is to consistently fight for top positions before thinking about Ducati. Yamaha Racing Managing Director Paolo Pavizio. We have to be realistic. There is a manufacturer, Ducati, that has done a better job than anyone else. Fair enough. But if we want to catch the leader, we need to regain position step by step. The first objective? Secure regular spots in Q2 and start fighting for the top 5. Only then can Yamaha realistically think about podiums. Fabio Quartararo's performance in preseason testing provided some optimism. He finished 3rd overall at Sepang and 8th at Buriram, delivering a strong sprint race simulation close to Aprilia's Marco Bezzecchi and Honda's Joan Mir. One major focus has been improving the use of the Michelin rear tire, an area where Ducati has a clear advantage. Yamaha has also worked on blending European and Japanese racing philosophies. The team has added new technical staff, aiming for better collaboration between their bases in Japan and Italy. We did a lot of work this winter, and it looks like we've made progress. But we need to see the first race to really understand if we've closed the gap. We're still a little far from Ducati, But if we can balance a strong front end with better rear grip, maybe we can at least fight. I'm impressed with the effort from both sides. We still have work to do, but we're heading in the right direction, Bartolini said. Another key challenge for Yamaha in 2025 is managing its expanded presence on the grid. With Pramac switching from Ducati, Yamaha now fields 4 M1s for the first time since 2022. With one more team, we're optimizing communication between crews and trying to mix European and Japanese staff so they work more closely together. The increased data should help development throughout the season, but Yamaha acknowledges there's still a long way to go before they can take the fight to Ducati. Yamaha enters the 2025 season with a clear strategy, step-by-step improvement rather than chasing miracles. Pre-season testing has shown promise, but the real test begins at the Thai Grand Prix. Will Quartararo and Yamaha's new structure bring them back into podium contention? Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you next time.